Welcome back to Pentapyramid Radio Station, everyone.
Glad to be with you all again.
I'm Orion.
And I'm Iris. And today, well, we're taking a deep dive into something that's been really grabbing our attention here at Pentapyramid.
Yeah, and honestly, it's been kind of hard to ignore. Just this whole rise of AI.
Yeah.
It's everywhere, it seems like.
Absolutely. And it's really making us rethink how we create, like artistically, and also how we learn.
Right. And, we've gotten a lot of feedback from you listeners asking us to tackle this topic.
Definitely a lot of curiosity out there about where this is all headed.
Yeah, folks want to get a grip on this, and I think wisely so. So to kick things off, I think what first got us really thinking about this was, that whole thing with AI being able to generate art.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like in the style of, a specific artist. Remember that whole Studio Ghibli thing? Oh, yeah. We even played around with that a bit ourselves.
Right. It was mind-blowing. I mean, the way it could capture that whole visual language.
Yeah, it was pretty remarkable. And that's what kind of threw us down this rabbit hole, honestly, because you start thinking about the implications.
Right. Like legally, it gets kind of murky.
Yeah.
Because apparently you can't really copyright a visual style, so.
Which sort of begs the question, doesn't it? I mean, just because you can do something, is it okay to do it? Like, ethically.
Right. It makes you think, if an algorithm can perfectly imitate someone's artistic style, even if it's not breaking any laws, does it feel wrong?
It's tricky, for sure. And, we were looking at what Hayao Miyazaki himself had to say about it, and he called AI art an insult to life itself, because it's missing that human element, that spark of intent and emotion. And honestly, it makes you think.
It really does. And it kind of highlights the bigger issue here. On the one hand, this technology could make it possible for anyone to create really cool art, which is amazing. It democratizes things, right? It could be incredibly empowering. But on the other hand, what happens to originality, If anyone can just copy any style and use it however they want, maybe even commercially.
And without the original artist's consent, too, it does make you worry about the implications for, actual human artists.
Absolutely. And it's kind of a paradox, isn't it? We're using AI to appreciate and create art, but the method itself might actually be devaluing human artistry.
Yeah.
Is it a tribute or is it stealing? It's a blurry line.
That's a good question and a tough one to answer. And, it's interesting because we see a similar kind of thing happening in education with tools like ChatGPT.
Yeah, absolutely. We wanted to touch on that too, because there's a lot of buzz about the potential for AI to personalize learning and make information way more accessible.
Right. Imagine having this incredible learning companion that's available 24/7, completely customized to your needs. It could be revolutionary.
No doubt about it. But then you hear about all these concerns too, like students becoming too dependent on AI to do their work for them.
Yeah, and that raises some red flags. Obviously, there's the plagiarism issue, but it goes deeper than that, right?
Totally. What about the risk of misinformation? If students are just accepting whatever an AI spits out as fact without thinking critically about it.
And even more fundamentally, if the AI is doing all the thinking and analyzing for them, are students really developing those essential critical thinking skills?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is AI becoming a tool that helps us learn and grow? Or is it potentially replacing the very skills we need to develop? At what point does convenience turn into a crutch?
You've got to find that balance. And honestly, this all ties into a much bigger conversation about how AI is impacting, well, everything, really.
Yeah, it's not just art and education. It's the way we work, how we communicate, how we solve problems. It's like every aspect of our lives is being touched by AI in some way.
And it's all happening so fast. The pace of change is mind-boggling. I mean, we're talking about a complete technological revolution here.
Yeah, it's definitely not your average, incremental progress. This is a whole different ballgame. And it means we need to be prepared. Just having technical skills isn't going to cut it anymore.
Exactly. What we need now, more than ever, is adaptability. We need to be able to learn new things quickly, think critically about the information we're bombarded with, and be able to connect with others on a human level, even as technology becomes more and more integrated into our lives.
So emotional intelligence is key. And of course, having a strong ethical compass to guide our decisions about how we use these incredibly powerful tools. Because let's face it, this stuff can be used for good or bad.
It all comes down to us, ultimately. And I think that's what makes it so important for everyone to be informed and engaged in this conversation. Don't just sit back and let it happen. Ask questions, challenge assumptions, figure out what role you want AI to play in your life.
Well said. It's not about being afraid of AI or rejecting it outright.
Yeah.
It's about understanding it, harnessing its potential, and making sure it serves us, not the other way around.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, the ultimate goal is to use AI to enhance our human capabilities, to help us reach our full potential. But we have to be mindful of the risks, too. There's a lot at stake.
It's a balancing act, for sure. And honestly, it's a conversation we're all going to be having for years to come. So the big question we want to leave you with today is this. As AI becomes more and more sophisticated, how can we ensure that it elevates us, both in our creativity and our pursuit of knowledge, rather than inadvertently holding us back? It's something to really ponder.
And as always, we'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What are your hopes and fears about AI? How are you using it in your own lives?
Yeah, hit us up in the comment section. We always love hearing from you guys.
And of course, if you want to stay tuned for more deep dives like this, make sure to subscribe to Pentapyramid radio station. We're exploring all sorts of fascinating topics, and we don't want you to miss out.
Until next time, keep those brains buzzing.
And stay curious.